Back to Hardball. First up, Texas Senator Ted Cruz is pushing the idea that if President Obama supports something, it means a weaker America. Well, he's talking about the nominations of John Kerry and Chuck Hagel. Here's Cruz speaking at an event put on by the conservative National Review Institute over the weekend.
Okay, we've got two pending nominations, John Kerry, Chuck Hagel, both of whom are very prominently
anti-us.
Less than ardent fans of the U.S. military. My view of the military and foreign policy is exactly that of Reagan's, that it should be driven by the national security interests of the United States, that we should go in with clear, defined objectives, overwhelming force, and then, when we're done, get the heck out.
Does anyone believe Ronald Reagan would have taken us into a hawkish war like Iraq? By the way, John Kerry and Chuck Hagel aren't fans of the U.S. military. Oh, well, someone should remind Senator Cruz that both Hagel and Kerry volunteered to serve in Vietnam and have been awarded 5 Purple Hearts between them. Senator Cruz, on the other hand, has no military experience whatever, and as I said earlier, is one of 3 senators today to vote against confirming John Kerry. Also, Hillary Clinton reunites with Australian comedy duo Hamish and Andy. She first met them back in 2010 during a visit to Australia, and today they popped up at what's being called a global counter-view with the Secretary of State.
Madam Secretary, obviously a lot of the good questions that we had were taken earlier tonight by some of the wonderful participants around the world, but luckily we still have a few.
Yeah.
Probably the big question on everyone's lips is when you step back from being Secretary of State...
Well, she won't be able to be called Madam Secretary.
You're no longer Madam Secretary. I think on behalf of all the global citizens joining in the town hall meeting tonight, which of these 3 names would you like to adopt?
We spent 3 or 4 months on this.
The incredible Hillary, the artist formerly known as the Secretary, or just Hill Clinton. But it does sound a bit like your husband.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to work on that list.
Really? None. We will need another 4 or 5 months then.
Well, Secretary Clinton took questions from young people around the world over the course of that event. Up next, the strange alliance of neocons and gay groups trying to kill Chuck Hagel's nomination later this week. That's ahead, and you're watching Hardball, the place for politics.